So we're going to delve into the unknown. Relationships. And how to navigate the dark seas of love. Good luck. The end.
Best of luck for you.
You're gonna need it.
Let us know how that goes, and we'll get back to you next week.
How deep are we going then?
That's it. That's it.
No,
That's all I know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Boxing with a blindfold, kids. Come on with it.
All right, you want to go first, or how about you want to ask us a question?
I do?
No, do you?
Oh, sure.
See, now you know how my relationship really is. It's a voluntold.
Yeah.
Basically, you're volunteering, but
I'm volunteering her question.
she's telling you.
Okay.
That's the question.
So, what are your guys' two
Go easy on me, bud.
greatest accomplishments as a team and your greatest failure as a team?
Ooh, those were fucking good questions, Graham. I gotta give that to you.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah. High five, buddy.
High five.
Yeah.
Good talk.
The end.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first.
Yeah.
You go
Ladies first.
Oh, okay, I see.
I feel.
Well,
Just
one of
the
each.
greatest, yeah.
One of each. What's your
Okay.
greatest accomplishment?
Let's just get overzealous here. Let's just take it one at a time.
One at a time.
Jesus.
Lately, I think it's been sticking through the hard stuff and starting to learn, which is not fun
Okay.
for either one of us, but we're getting there. We're getting
So
there.
stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah, and a willingness to learn. It has to be the willingness. I think if he didn't have it, and if I didn't have it, we would have been done by now, probably.
The
for sure.
growth mindset. What am I doing wrong? How can I do it better? Believe me, there's plenty of how you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. You don't have to question that.
I get to hear it too. I get to hear
To
it
be fair,
too. We
it
just
goes
don't
both
get to
ways.
talk
It
about
goes
that.
both ways. But yeah, I think she's right on the willingness to figure it out, to talk about the shit that's really uncomfortable to talk about. You know, you have an argument, the argument's over, you want to leave it there most of the time. But that just paves the way for new arguments or the same argument to repeat itself. So we just, after the argument has happened and the earth has stopped shaking, I guess the willingness to talk about something from a calm perspective and say, well, here's what we did right, here's what I did wrong, here's
Here's how you know we're not always calm. We have a dent in our dishwasher.
That's coming out of the deposit.
The curtains are broken.
just one curtain is broken.
Anything else? I felt like there was one other. But anyway, things aren't pristine like they were.
I had an
The
uncle.
dent is for me, by the way.
Oh, I do that.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple,
Oh my
like a
God.
broken bowl and maybe a broken cup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got some broken dishes. And our greatest failure.
I guess you could say we've had temporary failures. Several temporary failures. You can't really call them a failure if you're actually working on it.
Yeah.
If you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why he has a relationship right there. Mm-hmm. Take note, boys.
Yeah, that's man speak.
there's that box.
Yeah, get out of here. Humor. One for the good guys.
What do you think a lot of people think relationships are these days?
I don't think they have a fucking clue. I think they get an idea through media, TV, or movies, or books, or whatever the fuck, and they come up with this idea of, I used to call it the princess syndrome, where the white knight rides in and saves her, and he does everything for her and whatnot. And,
Happily ever after.
Happily ever after, and it's the biggest lie ever perpetuated on men and women. I think a relationship really, in my opinion, even though I'm no good at them, is the stick-to-itiveness, and knowing that you have a teammate no matter what situation you are collectively in or individually in, that person will always have your back, right, wrong, or indifferent.
That's an important one. That's a really important one. I've actually experienced that recently. I've never had that before. And I had a little bit of drama in my own life with some friends of mine that just kind of screwed me over pretty good. And then she was right there sticking by me.
Yeah.
And I never had that. You know, there were calm questions about, you know, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? And I was able to discuss them with her, but she was 100% on my side in the situation.
Yeah.
That meant a lot to me.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Especially in a world where people aren't like that.
People are, well, I mean, in that particular instance, quick to ditch your ass.
Yeah.
You know, they left me high and dry. And they were taking the easy route, or so they thought, and that's that way of the world nowadays. People they see happy couples on TV, they see funny things, easy relationships with a little bit of, you know, maybe some controversy here or there, but it's all funny in the end. And so people think that life needs to be that way.
Yeah.
Either that, or they overly dramatize the crap out of it, and everything has to be overly serious and too dark and too hard
Heavy.
and too heavy. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
No balance.
We're men and women, so our dichotomy is as far away as we can get. So if you can make that work and stick to it, which I don't have that, and I got to work on that. But to see the redeemable qualities of the other person and grab hold and not let go, that's valuable.
I was looking for the white knight for a long time. Oh, there's gonna be this perfect guy out there who's gonna fix me. And then I found out
Right?
no? that that's not a thing.
Oh.
No.
That's weird.
I found out that it was my job to fix myself first. So that kind of took that out of the water. There's that book I told you about, Conscious Loving book. And they talk about how you have, it's like relationships are like fractions. If you have a half and you multiply it by a half, you get less than what you started with. I was dating this guy once who we were driving to a basketball game for our date, and we're going along, and he's driving, and he gives me some really nice compliment. I can't remember what it is right now, but it was just a really nice compliment. And I told him, I said, when we park the car, I want you to stop the car and look at me in the eyes when you say it. So he said, okay. So he parks the car, looks me dead in the eyes, says it again, and I literally felt nothing because he had absolutely nothing to give me. Honesty is big. Communication, which is totally cliche.
Genuine.
Yeah.
You know, genuinely, whatever you are, sorry or happy, or you got to be a genuine person.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, and I think we're learning now too when to leave one another alone. You know, like when we've hit some buttons and stuff. Like last night, there was a couple buttons hit, and
I don't remember that.
and he left me alone, and I left him alone when it was, which normally in the beginning when we were still learning and stuff. Oh yeah, just poke the bear, man, just poke it.
I like this remote control.
Ooh!
That's a lesson I've had to learn. That's I'll kind of stir the pot. And I didn't realize that I did it until recently. And I guess because we take the time to try and figure our issues out, it makes me start thinking about my own. And I don't know if I've even told you this yet. So we're letting the cat out of the bag a little bit, but it gives me more time and more ammo, I guess, when it comes to introspection. When I start looking at myself, like, shit, did I really do that wrong? Did I really do something stupid? Shit. Yeah. think I did. And it was like, did I have to say this in that moment, or was I just trying to get a reaction without even realizing it? And I think I have done that a few.
All right, so what I've learned in a relationship, is that they're not always supposed to be peachy keen and Kidori. And my biggest thing is that I also have to look at my part in the situation. So I get angry and everything, but then why am I getting angry? Because I don't want to keep repeating that pattern. You know, what did I do? What could I have done differently? And then look at that and then have that conversation with him when we're not ready to jump at each other's throats.
Like the cooling off period and then coming back with cooler heads. It's definitely a way to go.
Yeah.
One of the big and most important things for me in a relationship is first accepting that you're gonna have all the emotions, the love, the joy, the gratitude, the excitement, the boredom, the anger, the being upset with each other, being frustrated, and that it's okay. We were created with all of these emotions. We're meant to experience all of them. And I think the way to navigate through that, or maybe not navigate, but to at least put some kind of a control on your emotions, is to have your boundaries. And they need to be really clear. And make them known when somebody's pushing towards one of your boundaries. You kind of let them know. If they go over, then tell them they've stepped over. And then you may blow up, you may have a fight, but at least you know what's going to be too much for that person. I know if somebody pushes me too much, I let them know. It's not always pretty, but it's not always terrible. But not to push that again. And it's very important to be able to understand somebody so clearly.
I think probably the two biggest points that I've learned, don't let self-deception creep in. It's so easy to fool yourself with the blame game and not take responsibility for what you bring to the table. And especially when it comes to interpersonal relationships with women and men, it's very easy to do. It's very easy to go, well, you did this or you did that. Without having extreme ownership, it will always be somebody else's fault. So if you can work on being honest with yourself and realizing that you fucked up, or that you did something to add fuel to the fire, or didn't do enough to calm everything down, that the element of you in that relationship is just as much, if not more, than the other person. So if you can avoid by blaming her or him for what they did to trigger you or push your buttons or something like that, ultimately your reaction is your control. That's all you have.
Okay.
So that's what I've learned. And I'm not saying that I apply it all the time, but it's definitely a work in progress. That's probably been the most valuable lesson I've learned in relationships, is not lying to yourself.
So we'd like to hear what you guys do for your relationships. What have you learned? What can you suggest? What can you take away from this? What do you agree with? What do you not agree with? Whatever. Leave us a comment below. Remember to subscribe. Check out our Patreon, and we'll see you guys next time. What you got over there,
That's my
buddy?
turn?
Yeah.
I've learned a lot.
Well said, well
Yeah.
said.
Thank you for joining us.
And thanks. And cut.
She had genuine confusion over anger.
Yeah.
Getting angry, and then how to deal with being angry, and then what to do when you're angry. But she's worked it all out now. She's really good at it now.
I had an uncle one time, he's beating the fuck out of this guy. He said, calm, cool, collective, calm, cool. I go, Uncle Opie, what the fuck was that? He's like, I'm working on myself.